So what's everyday chemistry? This class fulfills the general ed requirement for a lab science. So you're here because you want to learn some chemistry. Well, what you're going to learn are some basic chemical principles and how they relate to the world around you. You're also going to learn basic laboratory techniques, including safe handling of chemicals and proper use of lab equipment. There's a focus running throughout the semester that is on sustainability and environmental issues. This is the textbook that I use for reference. You don't need to purchase it because I have a lot of open educational resources for free that are basic textbooks that are online. But this you can purchase used versions and use this for reference as well if you choose. First, what's chemistry? So chemistry is the study of matter and the changes that matter undergoes. So we're studying matter, but then what's matter? So matter is made out of atoms, and that includes everything in the universe, which is basically things that you can see, like this desk or this mouse or the laptop in front of you. It includes everything you can see and things you can't see, like the air in the room. So all of those things are made out of matter. Does not include energy. So energy travels through space as a wave. It includes microwaves, light waves, X-rays. You can't see those either. We'll be talking about energy in a future chapter. We're studying matter and its changes through chemical reactions. Another definition of matter is that matter is made out of atoms, and atoms are very, very, very small and you can't see those. We're going to be using molecular views to model atoms, and you'll see these in upcoming chapters. Atoms have mass, which basically means you could weigh them. You could get billions of them and weigh them and get a mass in kilograms or grams or pounds. Matter and atoms occupy space. That's another way for saying that matter or atoms take up volume. They occupy space. So you have mass, you have volume, you're taking up space, so you matter. So the goal is to put chemistry into context in which we know that there are problems facing the planet now. Climate change, COVID, wildfires, air pollution. What all these things have in common is they're not just problems, but their foundations are in chemistry. And understanding the chemistry behind climate change or air pollution can help us solve those problems. So solving those problems will lead to sustainability. Sustainability is the ultimate context, I think, in which trying to achieve a sustainable world, a world in which we are using our resources and not trashing those resources for the future. We can achieve sustainability through an understanding of chemistry. So chemistry and understanding chemical reactions play an important role in moving towards a sustainable world and sustainability in general. So understanding chemistry to achieve the sustainable world that we want, that we don't currently have. Sustainability is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future, which means that we need to use the given resources on Earth, the air, the water, the land, the energy. We need to use those resources in a manner that doesn't use them up or trash them for future generations to use. So how? Well, this can be achieved by using less, conservation, but also minimizing and preventing waste. For an action, activity, or process to be sustainable, it has to meet 3 criteria, which are environmental, social, and economic. Defining each of these, environmental means prevention of pollution and using natural resources wisely will meet the environmental criteria. Social. The social pillar is demanding a better quality of life for all society. So not just for one group or one country or one continent, but for all continents, for all humans on that continent, better quality of life for all humans on every continent on the planet meets the social criteria for sustainability. For the economic criteria to be met, this has to have a fair distribution of wealth, not just for some, but for all. So each of these has an individual definition, but to be sustainable means that all 3 criteria have to be met. So this shows the social, environmental, and economic as pillars. And all three pillars have to be equal. They have to have equal height. They have to have equal importance for an action, activity, or process to be sustainable. Unfortunately, most commonly, the economic pillar is the most important pillar, and the other two are forgotten, the social and the environmental. Well, that means that this roof is going to come down, and that process, action, activity is not sustainable. Another definition is that you could call the environmental pillar planet, and the social pillar people, and the economic pillar is profit. For an action, activity, or process to be defined as sustainable, the people have to be equally as important as the planet and as the profit. But most commonly what happens is that profits, particularly in a consumer-driven society like in the United States, profits outweigh people and planet as far as importance, and that leads to the unsustainable systems that we have currently.